Hey, good morning, noodlers. It is Friday, February 6th, 2015. Here we are with Sella House, Wholesale Real Estate Training number 79. And John, take it. I'm going mute.
All right. Well, Paul's muting himself because it sounds like his roommate is using a blender or something. Anyways, good morning or good day. It's Friday, as Paul said. It is not November. It is actually February here. And this is the Sella House, Arizona Property Noodlers Wholesale Real Estate Training with yours truly, John Leister. As you see, the Master Noodler. And you can email me anytime you like at propertynoodlers@gmail.com. And Paul and I, we do these hangouts on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We talk about everything from business systems to wholesale real estate to our interpretation of the local Phoenix and national real estate markets. We talk about mindset, and we talk about our team and bring updates here of what's going on with our team. And I've got a few excellent updates that I just want to throw out there to the universe and congratulate those on the team that deserve to be congratulated. And I'll start with Mark. Mark,
What's this little bullseye thing you got going on over here?
it says concentrate. Oh, my bullseye? It says concentration. See? Drew you into it. Now you concentrate on that little bullseye, and it basically says the secret to strength. Concentration is the secret to strength. We may even get into that concept today. You know, one of the biggest things that I like talking about on these real estate hangouts is mindset and personal development, because quite honestly, the key to success really isn't about knowing anything about real estate. It's about having the right frame of mind to actually follow through with the appropriate necessary action steps that it takes to be successful in this business. You know, and we always talk about the biggest secret to wholesale real estate is that it has nothing to do with real estate. It's sales and marketing. So yeah, I threw up that little concentration thing because that's a concept that I have been thinking about lately, and it's your ability to concentrate your mind and focus on what needs to be done in order to be successful in any area of your life. But we'll get into that in a minute. I was going to congratulate the team, and I want to just say, Mark, congratulations, because he reached out to a seller early in the actually it was probably late last week, and we got a deal. It went into contract yesterday, and that's awesome for him. And he's set here now. This is the second deal that Mark is, well, actually, it's the third deal that Mark's involved with us. And all three actually are in escrow and set to close by the end of this month. So actually, congratulations, Mark, on 3 deals.
Yep, for the hat trick.
The hat trick. And it was all about teamwork, because one of those 2 deals, he had done some legwork and broke some ground, didn't get anywhere. Ultimately, he did lay some groundwork, which led us to what we needed to do in order to get the deal under contract. It was actually Paul who was able to get the closing. And also on one of those other, one of the 3 other deals, I was the one who had to come in and close. And on the third deal that he got, him and Paul kind of did a conference call with the seller and kind of comboed that closing. But you know what? Regardless of who actually goes in and closes the deal, the key element to what Mark's success has been in this business is the teamwork and our ability to work together as a team. And I'm going to throw it back to Paul. He looks like he's chomping at the bit to get some of his thoughts out here for you. But I guess, Paul, what do you say? Theme for Friday is teamwork?
That is the word of the day, is teamwork, because absolutely, to finish out what you were saying with Mark there, is that it really doesn't matter who steps in and closes the deal. It really doesn't matter who brings in the buyer. It really doesn't matter who makes the first phone call and gets the seller in, finds out if the seller's interested in selling. It really doesn't matter who, does what piece. It really doesn't matter who digs up the does the research and qualifies the lead. It really doesn't matter who does all of that stuff. As long as it's all getting done, that's what matters. And you know what? For one person to get all that done, it's a lot of work, which is why most wholesalers are, onesie twosie at a time wholesalers, because there's too much going on with one particular deal to actually be able to even handle, flipping more than one or two deals at a time. So if you really want to be successful, you've got to have teamwork. You've got to have some people who can take some of these components off your plate, because you just simply, my Facebook post this morning, I think I said something like, there's just not enough of you to go around. That's the bottom line. There just ain't enough of you to go around. So, I wanted to start out, actually myself, I wanted to start out by saying that, our sort of team leader as far as the Noodler team goes, being Brian, has probably closed with us, what, 6 deals now, something like that, in about, what, 3.5, 4 months, would you say?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, so I mean, now Brian comes in with experience. So, and Brian has actually kind of stepped into the role of an additional closer. So he's not having to do a lot of the other work that, quite frankly, is some of the work that he doesn't like to do. And that he has expressed, seriously, that he's not good at. And so it's great for him. He doesn't have to do the stuff that he doesn't like to do, and he doesn't have to worry about having to deal with all the stuff that he sucks at, that he knows he sucks at. And he can step in and act as a closer, as well as John and I, and he can get these deals locked up. And that's why he's been able to jump in here and do a whole bunch of deals in a short period of time. And he's got another one right now that he's still working on. That hopefully he'll have that contract today to up that number to like 5 or 6 or 7 or whatever it is in about 3.5 to 4 months. So that's awesome for Brian. As you said, Mark's only been with us for what, 2.5 months maybe. And at least a couple of those weeks he's been on vacation. So he's got about 2 months worth of work in here, and like John says, 3 deals in escrow right now. Looking at the numbers, there's no reason why Mark wouldn't be, even at the base, entry level noodler schedule, he's probably going to close $3,500 this month. Somewhere right around there. $3,500 a month. Hey, that's a $20 an hour job, people. And, he's just having some fun, scoring some deals here. It's a great way to go.
Well,
now, obviously, he's been here 2 months, 2+ months, but, and you might say, oh, well, he's been here a couple of months and he's only got 3 deals, and that's a $20 an hour job, so you spread it out over 2 months, and that's not even a $10 an hour job. But, just as we talk about in our other business, some of your beginning of anything, you've got to consider as a training period. Figuring things out, figuring out how you do it, the best way to do it, et cetera, and so on, until you get to the point where you sort of become comfortable and you can really start to excel and you really take it a little bit seriously and you really get out there and do it. Prior to that, you're really in training. And that's pretty much where Mark's been, for that first month and a half. He was pretty much in training. And the second month, actually pretty more like about a month and a half, actually, in this last 30 days or whatnot, he's really taken off and taken the reins and started making it happen. So I don't consider that first month and a half as, what it took to get these 3 deals. That was kind of a training period. Did you have something to throw in there, John?
I just wanted to point out, though, you could relate it to an hourly job, but it's really quite different. A lot of people that go online and they decide that they want to start investing in real estate and they want to do wholesaling because that's a place that you can start with very little money, no money at all, really. To this day, Paul and I really don't even put our own money into a wholesale deal. We don't have to. That's the amazing beauty of wholesaling. But most people that are going to attempt to wholesale will fail. And that's because they don't understand the two key elements. It's a sales and it's marketing. That is bottom line. And the sales is your ability to negotiate and persuade people. So you've got to realize that you're coming into something, and for a lot of people, it's not only do they know about know a thing about comping real estate contracts, title company, escrow, oh my God, and it's so overwhelming. Then you throw in the fact that they're actually going to have to step out of their comfort zone, go out there and start networking and building a list of investors that want to buy, building your list of investors that give you private funding to fund your deals. You go out there now and you've got to talk to sellers to negotiate deals that you can sell to your investor buyers, or if you're in a position where you've got your private money lined up or your own money to take down some properties yourself. Most people fail because most people do fail, unfortunately, because they don't understand what it actually takes, which is mindset. But one of the big reasons why is they don't have a team surrounding them, a team to motivate them, a team to encourage them, and a team to show them the ropes and show them what this business really, really is about. And the difference about what we do here with the Property Noodlers is that we're all about getting you in the position from day one to go out and start talking to people and immediately break you out of your comfort zone and understand that this is what you're going to need to do more than anything else to be successful in this business. And I bring this up because of what Paul mentioned about a training period. You know, working with a girl from New York right now, Kemley, if you're watching, good morning. God, I said morning again. Good day. You know, I could tell that she's got the why, she's got the drive, but she's got a little bit of the fears, and that's okay. It's out of her comfort zone. It's new. It's different. But that's what me and Paul are here for. Paul and I are here for, is to encourage you and to let you know that there is no failing at this business as long as you don't stop running the race. You can't fail if you keep trying. That's the beauty of this business and the beauty of this team. So again, teamwork, and don't look at it as, oh my God, I've been working trying to wholesale a property or find a deal for 30 days and nothing's happened. You know what you know, and you don't know what you don't know. And there's a training period involved here, especially for 98% of the people that are attracted to wholesale real estate, have no background in sales and marketing, and don't have the first clue how to negotiate with a person. And it's very intimidating for those people to get on the phone or go to a door or receive a call from a seller. So keep that in mind. You're in training. Don't get overwhelmed, but fall back and realize that we're going to teach you how to be in business for yourself. But when you get started, you're not going to be doing this by yourself. You're going to have a team. So you have the confidence of the team and knowing that, hey, out the gate, I'm in my training period. And all these guys that are way ahead of me over here, that's okay. I'm not there yet. But when I'm done training and I understand, now I've got a head start. Now I'm really beginning to wholesale. So I just wanted to throw that into what Paul was saying there about, you know, keep in mind that it might have taken Mark 2 months, and now all of a sudden he's got 3 deals in escrow. I just am excited for him and excited for what he's bringing to the team, because we know how these things snowball, and these 3 deals he realized he's got his training over with between November and December last year. It's January 1st. He started getting these things in motion. He'll be closing 3 deals that it took him the month of January to lock these up. So he's got 3 deals closing in February. Guess what he's going to do the rest of this month? Probably lock up 3 more to close in March. But guess what's going to happen? He's going to get more confident. He's going to start snowballing it. He's going to be able to have more time to do the business because he'll be leaving the business or the job that he has now, so it'll snowball. He'll be doing more deals. And 3 deals a month, 36 deals a year, that's phenomenal. That's phenomenal success for somebody that's had a 2 month training period.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is, like you said, he's completed his training period, but in actuality, he's completed, training period level one. And I think really, I mean, and he's already kind of gotten a little bit of exposure to, training period pretty much like number 10, really, which, that's closing. Closing is like the final element to all of this. You got to learn the first part, like John mentioned, and that's just talking to people, period, and being able to have that conversation that when somebody calls you and you pick up that phone, that you can speak coherently, you can make sense, you can direct the conversation where you need it to go to get a few questions answered, to gather just a little bit of information, and to, move your potential seller here onto the next step. You don't want to try to close them on the first phone call. You know what I mean? You got to take this slowly here. This is not somebody going to the grocery store and deciding whether they're going to have Ben and Jerry's or Bunny Blue ice cream. It's not a snap decision that people are going to make here. So you got to work this along. Everybody talks about getting in front of the seller and getting them to sign right now. Yeah, it happens. Yeah, it's great when it does, but it's not always like that. For most of the time, it's not. Most of the time, you gotta edge these people along step by step by step, and just not give them too much information. Give them just enough information, just what they need to get them to move to the next step and the next step. People are very very I don't know. There's a lot of words I could use, a lot of words I could insert into that blank right there, but we'll just let it go. That there's a whole lot of different phases that you're going to run into with people. So Mark Scott, like I said, that little bit of exposure to training period number 10 is what really sort of helped him also to get above and beyond and complete with his training period number 1, because it was like all of a sudden he had some exposure to that, and then all of a sudden the next opportunity went in a completely different direction from where he was like directing all the opportunities before that. It finally clicked that, oh, A equals B and then B equals C, and we don't get this done until Y equals Z. It's not like you can just go from A to F to M to J. Or that's backwards, but sometimes you do go backwards. But you know what I mean? So that's exactly, I think that really helped him to really connect the dots on making that difference in, okay, all I really need to do is this and get it moved to that, and then we see where it goes from there. So anyway, that's again part of the whole teamwork thing. He came to realize the focus on the fact that I don't have to try to do all of this. All I need to do is this one little piece right now, get really good at this one little piece, then I can add another piece and get really good at that, and eventually I'll have all the pieces together through the teamwork. So anyway, I wanted to move on to Kemley, as you brought up, our New York noodler, who has only been with us for like 3 weeks, and she's already talking to sellers. So how do you like that? Within 3 weeks, and you're talking to a seller. How many wholesalers out there are mailing out, getting started in this thing brand new, mailing out mailers, and on a limited budget usually, and are actually even talking to anybody within the first 3 weeks? She's already talking to people. So there you go. I just wanted to congratulate her on that. Now we'll see how her progress goes. How long's her training period going to be? Until does she already have the dots connected as to just simply doing step 1 right here and kind of moving them on to step 2, or is she going to be trying to maybe do a little more than she probably should? Who knows? Only time will tell. We'll find out on that, I'm sure, very, very soon on the next update. And then now we have Tina on board as well too, right? And Tina has been sort of helping from another angle that we didn't really know of, but she got sent to us for some training because she was out there just doing a little bit here and there, and she wants to go farther. She has the drive, same as like just like Kemley does. She has the drive, she has the ability, she has the time, but she doesn't have the understanding, the knowledge, the information, and so she's been with us for just like what, a little over a week now. She's had one applied driving training with John. She's had one applied, all three of us together, one-on-one, face-to-face office training, so to speak. And she's had one of her own, um, personal get out there and check this out type of situation. And she's already got a couple of people that are very, very interested in us helping them do something. Now, they're both very unique and different situations that there may or may not be anything here, but in just that short period of time, she's already put two potential things together. So that's where I'm at with that's the team right now. That's the four of us, and I'm sure John wants to probably add a little bit about Camely and Tina. So I'm gonna let you finish it out, John, and take us out of here.
Right. I will say this about Kemley and Tina is that we're very excited about having you both on the team, and we love your enthusiasm. We love your mindset. And honestly, that's one thing that Paul and I don't just, not everybody who sends us an email, we actually would invite to be on the team, because we're taking a huge investment of our time to train, teach, and provide you with qualified leads that we've gathered that nobody else has. We know what we have here is extremely unique in the Phoenix market and in 70% of the real estate markets around the country. What we have here is a system that is easily duplicatable that we can share with the right people. So send us a message if you're new to these Hangouts and you're watching and you're like, what are these guys all about? We're small, we're local, but we're building, and we're building fast. And the opportunity for team members, the doors are going to be closing soon. And like I said, Paul and I don't take every single person, and I want the team to know that. You're on this team because you showed there's something about you and what you've displayed, and maybe it's the words you said, the actions you've taken, the mindset you have, that we actually accepted your application, so to speak. You've been invited. I mean, you knocked on the door and we answered it. But we don't open the door to everybody because it's a huge investment of our time. And the last thing I like to do is invest in a bad investment. And to me, our team members are an investment for us. And we're not only investing our time, but a lot of money goes into what we do here. Especially with the gathering of the leads and all that. And as Paul said, it's all about teamwork. And what I just want to drive home to people is that you need to find a team. You need to surround yourself and create an environment for yourself of like-minded, positive people that have a common goal, a common vision for success. And you don't have to do it all on your own. In fact, if you think that you do, you've already set yourself up to fail. Because there's a lot of moving pieces to a real estate transaction. There's not only about getting your foot in the door, but it's also about closing the seller. And once the seller's closed, there's more work to be done. As Paul and I did yesterday, it was basically to get 2 deals in escrow and locked up and all the appropriate filing of certain documents and paperwork because of the situation that these properties are in and the types of deals they are. We had to line up a lot of things beyond just the signing of a contract and the closing of a seller. And now we've got to line up a buyer. If I was in business by myself, I couldn't do it all. I need the team. I need the noodlers that we're training to open the doors so that Paul, I, Brian, pretty soon Mark can come in and close them. And then you've got a team so that instead of you going, oh, now I've got to get an escrow, I've got to do B, C, D, find the buyer and get my payday. You know what? No, you don't do that. You just keep going out there and opening the doors. Then you got the team to come in and close. And then you've got the back end to make sure it gets through and a closing takes place at a title company and the checks and the money gets made. So you can continue to go out and find and line up more deals. And that is the beauty of what we have here. That is the majesty of teamwork. And that's pretty much my thoughts for the day.
You know, because the bottom line is there just simply ain't enough of you to go around. That's all. That's what it comes down to. You know what I mean? There's just not enough of you to go around, and everybody wants a piece of your time.
Yep. All right, Paul. Well, why don't you go ahead and close us out of here?
All righty then. O universe, I ask not for more riches, but for more wisdom, with which to make better use of the riches given to me at birth, consisting of the power to control and direct my own noodle to whatever end I might desire. With that, everybody, we'll be back here on Monday, New Op Day. We'll be back here on New Op Day at 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, USA. Come on in, join us, listen in, get some great content, figure out how this wholesaling thing actually works so that you could be a successful wholesaler, not a wholesaler, and think about this right here, propertynoodlers@gmail.com. You don't want to create a team, join a team. All right, everybody.